Welcome to ECNTRADE Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you for joining me. Well, the Australian dollar has managed to edge slightly higher on Friday and hits the 60-day moving average, as you can see from this line here, which comes in roughly around the highs of 73.15 to 20. At present, the market took the challenge up towards that resistance of 73.20 and has backed away. Keep an eye on these technicals because they are starting to buckle. And if this pattern continues, then I do anticipate that we should see eventually a pullback to the bottom side of the range where it's stabbed midweek at 72.25. The euro still remains somewhat heavy and still focusing on the weekly time frame support at 113.5, with the ADX trending and also with the indicators still holding quite heavily. It still holds that view. However, viewing the dollar index, which measures the greenback strength against a basket of 6 major currencies, needs to close above the level of 94.40 to reinstate the bearish sentiment further for the drop for the euro. Looking at dollar yen, the market's pushed back towards that top side of the range and close towards the level around 112 figure 45. Let's see if the market does have the potential to climb. Due to the rebound that came back just from that inverted hammer, let's put some speculation that the bulls may be trying to attempt to push higher or at least trigger stops. I do anticipate, like previously, that we should see some kind of heavy supply returning above that 112. And let's see if the market can turn back towards the lows of 111. Sterling was pretty much flat on the close of Thursday. Nevertheless, from the technicals, we are breaking down. Keep an eye on this pattern here, because if it does cut through the midway point, we could see further weakness back towards the bottom side of the range, around 135.55, or maybe lower towards that 134 area. Nevertheless, it's not overly bullish, so let's see if the market can break down further. With non-farm payrolls numbers out tonight, we could see a stronger dollar if the number is stronger, as the Fed will be keeping a very close watch on this to see when or announcement of the tapering of its 120 billion bond buying. CAD yen has broken through that level around that 88.70 and now poses a little bit more of a threat to the upside, but we are overbought and I do anticipate a rejection from the top side above this level around 89. Let's see if the market can come into weaker play into Friday. Finishing up with gold, well, the market is edging a little bit lower, has had many stabs towards its bottom side of the range, but not sustained. In light of the current pattern, it's most probably trying to attempt to restore its bullish bias, but I still feel that the risk is to the downside. And if we see a close under 1,748, then that would reestablish the downside to 1,721. The bearish outside range day, although wasn't confirmed, the downside target was nearly reached at 74.5 before rejecting and climbing higher. It is seen upon now that from the breakdown and failing, that we've seen a topside challenge that could push towards around $80-81 a barrel and then reassess. Well, that wraps it for today. Thank you very much for joining me. As always, look out for the interest rate report. Hope you enjoy the great start today and to the weekend.